I'm taking Buddha place for right now.
Oh man, take it. That's abundance. That means you're abundant.
Oh yeah. I'm in my 9 year. So my 9 year, which is completion, all the works that I've done before, based on Lloyd and his #1 master acolyte, Brother King Simon. Their numbers are impeccable.
Oh yeah.
Everything that I've been working on, especially abundance with this XRP, maybe you can get into that to help the brothers and sisters with that, and a couple of things that I've been working on in my NFTs and a lot of the things that I've seeded my nest with, and for myself and my family. The next year is an 8-year, which is power. So whatever it is that you're doing at this particular time, just like what you're doing, this is the time to exert that, especially when it's positive. The universe is looking for balance right now because destruction is happening all around us right now. So it's destruction for construction. So right now we are the ones who are paving the way, while all of the ways when you see all the destruction happening around you, all of the things that are going on around you, that is not an end, it's the beginning. You see, so you have to look at it that way and not be caught up in the fear mongering that's going on right now, because that's going to impede the universal energies that are going to feed what you've been working on all this time. So I'm saying, don't let this thing mess with you. Don't let my family, my friends, everybody who's calling me, I'm telling them, this is part of the show. This is why you took the contract. This is why you're here, bro. This is why you're here, sis.
Wow. Yeah, Rod Hayes was just on here the other day saying the same thing. It's part of the show. It's part of the contract. So yeah, it's good to hear you say that as well. Doc, we got 1,000 people in the room. Before we get started, big announcement. Let me put this on the screen. Now y'all know Doc is hands down one of the most banned people on the internet. Even my channel got suspended several times just from light information that he delivers. So what Doc cannot be seen on YouTube or other social media sites, and the people that really want the hardcore information, they can sign up for it. So he does this a couple of times a year. He feeds us with food, and we get well fed, and we take the information, and it has helped many people. For example, the XRP shirt, he's helping a lot of people make money right now with some of the things he told us to invest in, Novatech, as well as other things. So let me just real quick before we start the show, family, Doc is having a webinar. I'm gonna let him tell you about it real quick, and then I'm gonna put the link in the description while Doc talks about it. Go ahead, Doc. Tell him about this webinar on January 14th, my brother.
Okay, that which cannot be spoken about, because truth has a way of leading us out of the darkness, and they want us to lead into the darkness. Back about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, those of you who have been with me for a while saw a lecture I did called The Aristocracy of Evil. And everything that is happening today and all the people that you see that are part and participant of the games and what's going on today were spoken about then, which is why I felt it was necessary for me to do an Aristocracy of Evil, the Redux, and to start speaking the constructs of the new old order. You got to understand, the old order has been sitting in incubation, and they've been getting most of their acolytes and their people out there to make sure that the 1,000-year plan is coming into play. So most of the people don't know who the deep state is. They don't know who the Illuminati is. They don't know who the families are that's actually orchestrating everything that you see getting ready to happen. The wars, the murder, the slaughter, all of the genocide, all of this you see happening right now has been planned. And what you're looking at right now is the implementation of that plan. So what I had to do was to let you understand that everything that you're seeing in the news, everything that you're hearing in the news, all of that is fluff. It's pre-scripted. So you got to understand. So I was saying, now, how am I going to get this across to people so that they get the fundamentals of what time it is? I said, well, let me break it down to the who, what, when, where, and why. Because most people don't know what the who, what the what the when, what the why, what the where is all about. So this is the one that's going to open up and blow the lid off of everything. Everything I can't speak about, beloved, I'm going to speak about here. And it's going to be about exposing everybody. When, where, why. The how is going to be very important, because that's going to expose the tactics, the silent weapons for quiet wars, the weaponization of perception, re-enslaving the black man, because that's the new push from the deep state. They're going to start the re-enslavement process through the propagandizing of what you young people, you young black men and women, what you represent today as a smarter, a serious, a more powerful genetic pool of young people who have everything that the elders gave to you at your feet. We didn't have all of this. You all got it now. And now you're waking up. And that is dangerous. Everybody around the world is saying that the most dangerous person right now that everybody should be worried about is the black man. Y'all don't know that. Okay? Well, we're going to expose that and show you just who, what, when, where, and why is about to do that. And war and economic destruction is exactly what's coming. And you remember, we talked about, you will own nothing and be happy. That dude that you see in the middle there with the one eye, that's him, Klaus Schwab, from Schwab and Sons. You will own nothing and be happy. You think that's an empty phrase? No, it ain't, family. It ain't. So hopefully we'll see you there next year on the 14th at 2 o'clock. Y'all be there, because it's going to definitely lay out the map for what 2024 to 2030.
Your flyers, man. When you make a flyer, you make somebody want to come with them, how you design them flyers, Doc. Wow.
Thank you, brother.
We'll definitely be in attendance to see this one. Yeah, a lot of people, usually when December comes around, a lot of people want to know about what's in store for the next year. Right. We live in this realm, the 3D realm, the illusionary realm, Maya, so many names for it. People want to know how to survive, how to take care of their family. To start out with, an important topic, Doc, is people want to know how to get their money right. And you helped a lot of people this year, and last year, telling us about XRP, XLM, Novatech. Right. Talk to me about 2024, the financial systems. What should we do? What should we be on the lookout for? Let's get a little money talk to start out the show, Doc.
Well, I want to first of all talk to the people about the Novatech. A lot of people are saying the Novatech beat them out of money and they're gone. No, they were driven out. They drove the woman out of, matter of fact, they threatened an entire country where she was, because she wasn't in the United States. She was in one of the islands. They threatened her. They went after her. The big boys went after her. So she left. I ain't going to say where she went. She left, and she is now, let's just say, with bricks. Okay, she's building bricks. I'll just code it that way. And so when she gets herself back in and she's situated, this is the word that came to me. When she's situated and she's back on time and she's else, then you're going to start seeing everything, because nothing has changed. The platform has stayed. Okay. Everything is frozen right now because she had to run. She had to get out of there. That's it. That was essentially what it is. She had to beat it out of there, or they were going to take her down or actually unlive her. Okay. Now XRP. Whoo! I told you all this, 3 or 4 years ago, was it, good brother?
About 3 years.
People get up since 2017 to start getting on XRP and start building. They're getting ready to put together. I mean, XRP is in over 500 financial institutions around the world right now. 500? Wow. 500, and it's going after the big boys. The big boys are actually the ones quietly doing this. And you got to look at the fact that they're getting ready to beef up Bitcoin. The reason why they had to beef up
Bitcoin is rising right now.
Yeah, you know why? Because the big boys in Wall Street needs it to rise. It's a store of value for the big boys. So you can get in on it, but it's not going to be something that you can utilize like you're going to be able to utilize XRP and XLM and XDC. These are utility coins. They're going to have a greater value in the long run. a greater value because of the efficiency. Say, for instance, you want to send money, or if you want to send anything of value, contracts, anything of value. If you're using Bitcoin, you're going to have to pay the electricity bill to the people who are actually creating the Bitcoins. If you're using Ethereum, there may be Ethereum 2.0 that's trying to catch up with XRP, but we don't know yet. We don't know. XRP is still the most efficient. And of course, they got a whole lot of other coins that are now trying to catch up with XRP, but the banks are not going for it. The banks, the big boys, I'm talking about the big boys, not the people off to the side. I'm talking the big boys are all quietly buying up XRP. And if you got XRP, a substantial amount, you can actually broker it and loan it to the banks for a dividend. You don't have to spend it or liquidate it. You can actually use XRP down the road. And this is like what they talk about, generational wealth. This is generational wealth that you're dealing with. And it's only 61 cents right now. They say that all you need is 1,000 XRP to become a millionaire. Why? Because this 61 cents, this is garbage. If it wasn't for the SEC suing XRP, it would be in the numbers right now, first with Ethereum. It was above Ethereum. It was getting ready to be $2,000 per coin. But they knew they had to shut this down because of what it entailed, what it was about. And so when the people who are dealing with the XRP and the Bitcoin and the Ethereum, those are the two that conspired to make sure that they suppress the price of XRP. After this, they pull the switch next year, it's going to shoot up $10, $20, $30. They already have done what they call beta tests overseas. And do those beta tests overseas, when they came back, sometimes they call it a glitch. They had a glitch in the platforms, and they showed XRP at $2,500 a coin. They showed XRP at $35,000 a coin, $65,000, and then all of a sudden you go away and we're back to 61 cents. They're showing you what the amount of money that XRP is getting ready to deal with. XLM is the same thing. XLM is going to be for us. XRP is going to be for the banks. XLM is going to be for you and me to do trades and buy, we the common folk. We're going to be using the XLM. XDC is going to be mostly for contracts. And these three are going to be pivotal in the movement of money efficiently around the world for the next 100 years.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, family, I advise y'all to look into these cryptos, and while it's still early, I'm hearing the whole year next year is going to be a bull run in the crypto market. Like it's going to be, I'm hearing that it's going.
But don't go for the okie doke. XRP is for the long run. I mean, take some, take a taste,
right?
But don't liquidate totally,
right?
Because it's going to go up by 2030. They're talking 65,000 a coin. They're talking the Fed is going to be picking up XRP and using XRP in their CBDC currencies.
What happened, Doc? What happened to that Fed now? Remember the dude that started CASHAPP died, and then the next day they announced Fed now. Whatever, is that still rolling out?
Well, they say that Fed now will come into play if we deal with a CBDC. But you see, America don't want the CBDC. Why? They don't want the bank coin because then it gets into constitutional issues. You see, once you get into the coin, once the state starts marketing a coin and you got to use that coin, that's going to be monitored. Everything you do going to be monitored for taxation purposes. So that's why Bitcoin is not going to be used by any of the banks. They're going to use it as a store of value, but they're not going to use it as a coin for, you know, doing business, daily business every day. And there's trillions, maybe quadrillions of dollars that bounce back across the earth. And XRP is going to have their finger in all of it, quadrillions of dollars. So they can't leave XRP at 61 cents. The more people come on board with the Ripple program, the more the value, because the more of the more the when somebody wants something, the more the demand.
Right. Okay.
So don't think that the 61 cents you see, or maybe goes to 70 cents and back down to 50 cents. Don't play with that. They're playing with it. Gold right now on the private market.
Yeah, gold is up.
Yeah, but no, on the private market, gold is $15,000.
15?
Yeah, on the
what? 15 what, a kilo?
$50 an ounce.
No, that's what you mean. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah,
$15,000 an ounce in the private market. Just like XRP is $25,000 on the private market, or you see it go 35, 25, and so forth. Yeah. We're dealing on the public side.
Right.
See? The private side know what time it is. And so you got to think like they think. You got to think like the Rockefellers think. You got to think the way, you know, the scumbags who run the planet, who thieve, who steal, create wars. You got to think like them. They're feathering their nest. They're buying up XRP like it's going out of style. They don't care about the Bitcoin. The Wall Street boys are doing that to make sure that, you know, the people don't start buying up on the XRP. They don't want 10,000, 20, 50, 100, maybe 2, 10, 20 million millionaires running around with XRP. They don't want that. Remember, they're getting ready to get rid of the middle class. There's going to be only 2 classes. And this is what they're pushing for. That's why you're going to have nothing and be happy, because the upper class is going to do everything to you. And don't get suckered in by electric vehicles.
Doc, why you had to go there for, Doc? I thought that was the future.
No. That's the future for them, brother.
You don't mess with the Teslas?
No.
Talk to me about it.
Teslas. No.
Talk to me about it.
Tesla.
Why
not from what I've heard from brothers who have one.
Yeah, I didn't hear
everybody say, "Oh man, that's 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds." So what?
Yeah.
When you out there and you can't charge that bad boy, it's just a hunk of junk sitting on the side of the road. Give me my gas guzzler any damn day. You see? Because you got to remember what they're doing. They're electrifying everything so that they can put you on the grid.
Okay, that's what that's about.
Yeah, you could take out. In other words, they got a lot of technologies that's already being put into the new cars that they can track you. But you can always disable that chip.
Right.
But with your electric vehicle, first of all, the electric battery is slave labor.
Yeah,
you see what
the Congo.
Yeah, in the Congo, you see what it looks like, right? Where there's children that they're in the mud and the grud and they had to handle that toxic stuff. Yeah. So now you have these and the batteries themselves are not biodegradable. So you could put a heap of batteries that are obsolete, because you know they're going to keep making them more and more efficient. But you have a whole. They're not showing you the whole pile of these batteries from previous Teslas that are essentially waste. They don't know what to do with them. It's toxic. Wow. But you got to remember too. Remember, they're setting up so that they're going to get you out of these communities and put you into cities. They're doing it in China right now. They're going to get you into these places where it's no longer going to be states. It's going to be enclaves. And if you're in the enclave, say you're in New York and you're in the Albany projects, or you downtown in the Fort Greene projects, and there's a demographic where they got you they know where your food is, they know where your school is, they know where your work is. They're going to program the cars so that the cars can't go out of a specific demographic bracket. So you can't travel from New York to Florida because there'll be a kill switch in your car, and it will be based upon your social credits. Does the government like you and like what you say? If they don't, they shut down. They did in Canada. Look what they did to the truckers in Canada.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They shut them down.
Shut them down.
They couldn't get they couldn't get gas. They couldn't feed their family. They couldn't pay their rent. They just put a clamp on people's bank accounts. You know why? Because my boy, the dude there, Thoreau, he's the bastard son of Castro.
Mm.
He's the bastard son of Castro.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even look like his father or his mother. If you look at Castro as a young boy, he looked just like him. So he's a communist.
Mm.
You see? So again, you got to look at it that anytime they electrify anything, it means that they can control it.
Right. Right.
If you got gas or even, and that's why they killed the dude who could actually run a car on water.
So they really did. They really did take him
out.
Oh,
they killed him. They killed him quick, and they got that. They got that. They used that for their own technology.
It happened so fast. I was like, damn, did they really kill him that fast?
They killed him that fast. And I mean, he was supposed to be heading someplace to a meeting to meet with somebody. Never got there. And that's the other thing too. They got this black boy in Africa who runs a car on radio frequencies.
Whoo.
Dude runs the car on radio. You got to protect him. This dude he taps in like Wi-Fi. He runs the car on Wi-Fi. You see, there's free energy everywhere. Dr. Gabriel Oyibo told us everything in the air. Yeah. Once you learn how to tap it like our ancestors did when they built pyramids, you can actually deal with anything. You can be like gods. You come like gods.
Doc, I don't know if I ever asked you. Speaking of Dr. Oyibo, I never asked you your opinion on Nikola Tesla. Was he the real deal?
He's the real deal. The real deal. Yes. Okay. Yes. I mean, they had to get rid of him. The guy, the Scherf, George Scherf, and Hitler's previous bodyguard suffocated Tesla on 40th Street. But he was living there in an apartment on 40th Street, I believe, in Manhattan. And took all of his information. Tesla's information was well known to Trump's father or uncle.
You told us that.
Yep. He knew all about that. He knew all about the new technologies that were coming out. Why do you think all these technologies is coming out where they can actually send radio waves directly to your brain to make you believe that you're the one that was thinking that thought that they put in your head? They got that technology now. They know how to manipulate. That's why I was saying the manipulation of perception. Everybody got to understand what time it is, what they're getting ready to do.
I don't mean to cut you off, but it's very important since Doc said that. The webinar is coming up January 14th. Doc is known well for being banned for saying certain things on social media. We got 2,400 people in here.
Countermeasures as well of how to deal with that situation, how to come into understanding that your thoughts belong to you. In fact, I do suggest that you join our university because we get way, way deep into how the technology for understanding how they use metaphysics against us. They call it quantum physics. I call it metaphysics. And metaphysics is the countermeasure to quantum physics.
So you don't like the term quantum physics?
I don't, but no, quantum essentially is that's them stealing the word metaphysics.
Okay.
You see, quantum physicists want to give a language to something that we give a language to in our university, but we don't mess around with it by scribbling all these things on there so that only your people know what the hell's up on that blackboard. What we do is we show you essentially there's a language of the unseen.
Yes.
You see, but we don't know that language because we don't know how to tap into it. And at the University of Communication Sciences, over the last 45 years, I've been teaching people how they can tap into that particular part of the unseen. and give words to it. That's the problem. We can't articulate what the unseen is about because we've been so programmed to look at and identify our reality based upon all the things that we can actually sensually touch and see and smell.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a curtain, a dimensional curtain between what you can see and the thing that is the progenitor of what you see, the origins, the cause, not the effect. Because everything that you've learned in school, in your life, every experience that you had is all about you identifying and collaborating with and interfacing with effects.
Mm.
Your whole life has been about a whole cavalcade and tsunami of stimuli based on effects, but you don't know what causes. You don't know how to access what it is that does that, that creates that. And that's what we teach at our university. And that's what this thing that we're going to be talking about as far as manipulation is concerned, how to understand how you're being manipulated by language, the way that they do with inflections. If you listen to the news has a way, they train their people to speak a certain way and how to come forward with a word and how to bring back the word. That they can play with your mind. They can generate emotions. And that's what I'm going to show you. That's how you have to prepare yourself for that type of condition.
It's excellent. I think that is amazing that you're teaching that, because that is a big thing that they do, where they're able to manipulate our emotions. What you call them? Inflections?
Yes. The inflections in the voice.
In the voice,
the way that they can actually create your attention and create the atmosphere for your attention to be absorbed into it. You see? And what happens is you have to understand when you're being drawn in.
Right.
To see what they just did. And that's what I do with my students.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. Quick question, Doc, since we're talking about consciousness. And I want to ask something about Bill Gates, because something happened that I gotta bring up, but I gotta bring this up before I forget it. I've been talking to a lot of the guests on my channel recently about we've been talking about the subconscious mind and programming it and plant seeds in it. From your study, Doc, what's one of the best ways to plant seeds into your subconscious mind? Because from what I understand and know, our actions throughout the day is the subconscious mind dictating and doing all these actions. And we think we're consciously doing it, but it's subconscious activity that's going on that our program is being played out. So a lot of times we try to change our conscious mind, when meanwhile, it's the subconscious mind that we got to change. So expert like you, Doc, what's one of the best ways to program the subconscious mind, Doc?
Well, you have to unprogram the subconscious mind. You don't program it. You have to understand what it does, its purpose, its function. A lot of people try to program something, they don't know what it is. It's like going before a master AI computer and you say, what am I doing? How do I get it to work? Most people don't understand that the barrier between your conscious and subconscious self is the thought process. The thought process is an artifact. It's not real. It's an artifact of the brain conditioning reality for its own comfort. Okay? You create certain thought processes that become the comfort zone within the craziness that you deal with every day. So you fall back on those thoughts and don't understand that when the subconscious mind is speaking to you, it doesn't shout. Your thoughts shout at you. The subconscious whispers. So you're trying to get to the subconscious, and the thoughts that you have brought up to you that have all these emotional signatures attached of anger, hate, jealousy, greed, especially fear. All of that now is the noise between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Let's not even talk about the unconscious mind. There's three of them, 3 levels deep. So the first thing I teach my students before you even want to access the unconscious or the subconscious mind is to start an inventory of your thought process. What is it that you are so enamored by or so in fear of that you have to constantly play it over and over in your brain? your job, everything that those who don't want you to accelerate or to grow or to ascend out of the placidity that they put you in, the comfort zone they put you in. What do? They ratchet up the pain. They ratchet up the worry. They ratchet up the fear. Look what's going on to the world today. Just turn on any channel today, and what are you looking at? Death and destruction, war, economic privation, prices going up, children getting killed in the streets. Everything about you, everything that's going on in your life right now is based upon the thought process that you've been conditioned to pay attention to.
Right.